A few days ago, I asked my subscribers if they agree with me that motivation and consistency is the hardest thing about blogging. 94% of people said that it is true, and 6% said that they don't agree with me. There was only 17 votes because I have only 400 subscribers, so make sure to press that subscribe button to stay updated for my future content. I think that motivation and consistency happens when you have a lot of motivation, in my opinion, is the hardest thing about blogging. I made one chart that shows like level of motivation. That's from my experience, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys will be able to resonate with me, and I think that these motivation levels are pretty similar across all of us bloggers. So here we are in Canva. Here's the line that I made for blogging motivation levels. I just started using Canva application for Windows. I highly suggest that you check it out as well, so you can work on your computer without going to Google Chrome. And I realized that it works much better, especially for creating videos. First things first, when you just start your blog, your motivation is on 100%, 110%, I think. That's because it's something new, you never tried it before, you're following some course or something. When I just started my first blog, I was extremely motivated, and I was working like 8 or 9 hours a day when I wasn't at my work, of course. That's when you're the most motivated that you will ever be, I think, with your blog, those first couple of days. After you write maybe 30 or 40 articles, you will kind of probably get a little bit bored of writing new content. And that's pretty normal. That happened to me, and I think that it happens to everyone. When I just started, I think that I published like 30 articles in like, I don't know, probably less than a month. And I was new in writing. I didn't know how to write, and yet I had a lot of motivation to constantly write and publish new articles. After publishing 30 articles, you will realize that you have probably a few hundred more articles if you want to cover the topic thoroughly, if you want to be the best in your niche. And that's why I think that your motivation will slightly go down. Then the next thing happens, 3 to 6 months mark. After 3 to 6 months, you will probably have 40, 50, 60 articles on your blog. And that's when I lost almost all of my motivation when I was just starting out, because I expected that after 3 or 4 months of work, I will already have thousands of visitors to my blog, while the reality was that I had only a few clicks here and there on my blog. That's, I think, the hardest part, and that's where most people give up blogging, which is why I always connect motivation to consistency, because consistency is the key to success in blogging. The key here to stay motivated is to trust the course you're following, try to improve your writing style, try to publish new high-quality articles, and just wait. Then we have first affiliate sale. When you finally make an affiliate sale, your motivation will skyrocket. Again, it's similar like when you just started blogging. It's because you finally realize that there is money in blogging, and your motivation is extremely high. When I just started out, I couldn't get first affiliate sale. It was extremely hard for me, and they even closed my Amazon account because I didn't make the sale for the first 90 days. Then what I did, I created a new account. Back then I didn't know that I can just reapply with the same account. I created a new account, and Bing was giving away some free money for PPC campaigns. I know it's extremely bad, but I paid a PPC campaign for my blog post about best mattresses, because my first blog was about recovering for surgery because I had shoulder surgery. And I quickly realized that it's in the YMYL niche, and of course closed that blog. But I paid PPC campaign. I spent all that money that Bing gave me away for free, and I successfully generated 3 sales on Amazon, and that's how I got into Amazon Associates. Not the best way to do it, and I don't ever recommend it because it's not profitable at all. I spent like, I can't remember, but it was probably like 30 or 40 bucks, and I earned like $3 from Amazon affiliate. Then after that first affiliate sale, we're going to another one, which is still where your motivation is still pretty high, and that's when you start outsourcing. You will very quickly realize that you can't do everything by yourself, and when you start outsourcing, your motivation will be pretty high because you will realize that you're acting like a business owner and that you're giving some simple tasks to freelancers so that you can concentrate more on how to grow a website, how to get traffic, how to everything, instead of like writing articles, sending outreach emails, etc. Building a team can be pretty hard, but it will motivate you because you will very quickly, I don't know, make an article draft, because by this time you already have some experience writing articles. You know what's a good and what's a bad article. And in one day you can probably make like 10, 15 article drafts and send them to a freelancer. That's when the motivation is pretty high. The next reason when the motivation will fall down again, I think, is when there is a negative Google update. Google updates happen all the time, and you can't avoid them. Sometimes these updates will give you positive bump in traffic, sometimes it will be negative. But when the negative Google update happens, your motivation will go down, because everyone thinks that their site is helpful and great, and when the negative Google update happens, you lose all your motivation and you think that none of the work that you have done is good. You probably want to give up, and of course you should never do it. Everything is fixable. Sometimes the problem will fix itself, which will hopefully happen with the latest Google helpful content update, because my websites are like 40-50% down. I lost some of my motivation, but I believe that it will change in the near future and that my blog traffic will go up again. And then the last thing I wanted to mention today is positive Google update. When positive Google updates happen, you will gain back your motivation again. But as you can see, I didn't put it extremely high, because even when negative or positive Google updates happen, you will realize that your website is vulnerable to Google updates, even though it's positive update. So your motivation won't go to like 100%. But of course, when Google gives your site a boost, you will immediately get motivation and you will start, I don't know, to invest more money into building new content, updating older content, finding new affiliate offers and everything, because you will see much more profitability, maybe also join some better ad networks, maybe even sell a website and everything. I mentioned consistency for a few times in this video. I'd like to draw how consistency should be. Of course, I will just put it here to the middle. Even when your motivation goes up and down, the key is to keep consistency like this. So you should be extremely consistent all the time, whether you have motivation or whether you don't have any motivation. If your consistency goes like this, that's not good, because you are vulnerable to some external factors, and the key to success with blogging is the consistency. Whether you're extremely happy or, I don't know, motivated to write new content and grow your blog, you should always keep that consistency. But you need to determine what's a good consistency for you. For me, because I have full-time job, I also worked a second job before. Now I don't do it anymore. I'm just working full-time and doing this blogging thing. I wasn't able to publish more than 1 or 2 articles a week. Even though I think that you should set some higher goals, you shouldn't set some goals that you cannot achieve. Because if you set a goal that you want to publish like 10 articles a week and you're working full time, your consistency will go like this. It will probably follow the motivation levels, and that's a big problem. Keep consistency at the same level, and that's the main thing to succeed. That's it, guys, from me. Tell me in the comment section below if you agree with me that this motivation line goes like this, and how are you able to manage those motivation ups and downs, and do you keep your consistency levels straight like this line, or you're struggling with consistency and motivation and everything. If I can be honest, I still have problem with motivation and with consistency. I'm sometimes lazy, I don't have enough concentration, sometimes I sit on my computer and to work and I just don't have concentration. But I always try to work at least something, you know. The worst thing you can do is say like, oh, I'm not interested in working today. I want to enjoy the day and don't do anything. At least do something. If you cannot spend like 3 or 4 hours working, spend 30 minutes working on your website. It's better than nothing. And that will also help you to build that mindset to stay consistent and grow your business. Because blogging is a business. It's not just a simple hobby. If you want to make real money out of it, it has to be a business. And the last thing that I would like to tell is, ideally, in some ideal world, motivation will be like this all the time on 100%, but of course it's impossible. Let me know your thoughts on this video and see you guys in the next one. Cheers!